All right, welcome to another edition of the Bullheaded Podcast. I am your host, per usual, Sean Tyson, here with Zoo and Peebush. How you guys doing?
Doing all right, man. A lot of action in the NBA sphere. Excited to
Mm.
talk about it. Think Zoo's got something special.
Yeah, man. It was beautiful, man. I was down the beaches of Florida, a little Miami South Beach action. Found some crazy trades down there, man. Oh, the
Felt like
NBA.
LeBron in 2010.
Oh, man, the NBA just keeps on giving. It just keeps on giving. It still hasn't given me KD to the Chicago Bulls yet. I've been patiently waiting. I've changed my profile pictures in several accounts to speak into existence, but I am praying. I am still praying.
Katie definitely did give us a little bombshell, like I think that was a little Friday dump where he just gave us, hey, I want to be traded.
Man.
Yeah. A lot of people thought maybe it's just posturing, but it kind of seems like as the days have gone on, like this might be a reality. And it's just been a lot of bidding that's going around the league and a lot of, I think, the summer league is like kind of cool for the rookies, but I think that's going to be a really big place where there might be some big trades that go down because a lot of these GMs are going to be face to face. So we're going to be talking about that in the second topic. But first off, I just wanted to start off with, the NBA with trades and a bunch of signings and things like that. And I kind of would ask the fellas, what is their biggest trade or signing so far that they just are like, what the heck is going on? Or I like that deal. So, Zoo, I'm gonna start with you.
Like, I don't know what the dude's smoking down in Minnesota Timberwolves is, man.
I knew
this new Connolly guy, man. This new Connolly guy, former of the Denver Nuggets, well respected. I worked with my boy AK. Did a lot of good drafting. Did a lot of good things down in Denver. Don't know what happened. He got a little equity in the Timberwolves. New owners, Mr. Alex Rodriguez and some other Joe Schmo. They want to win now. They got a little happy with a little Ant-Man and Cat Towns and Pat Bev.
Little playoffs.
Yeah, they won a play-in tournament game. Woo. Like they won a championship. They got hyped. Got a little 2 W's against the Memphis Grizzlies, which are a really, really good team. So they're like, fuck it. Let's go for a championship now. And traded 4 first-round picks. Unprotected. Yeah. Like, the thing is about protection. It's like, when you get lottery protection, that pick is worth a little less. But when you go unprotected, man, you might get a baby out of that, man. There's no protection at all. This is high-risky business going on. Unprotected, man. And then they give up every young ass on their team, man. Not only do they get rid of Pat Bev and a bunch of their other veterans and Malik Beasley, they give their young guy, their 2022 first-round draft pick along with the other young players. So at the end, it's close to the 5 to 6 first-round draft picks in young assets. And they went for Rudy Gobert. Okay, but not going to lie, though. Rudy Gobert has proved to be a max contract guy just through this trade.
Super max.
Just through this trade. This guy got paid a super max, and they were able to flip him for a haul. Like, imagine letting Rudy Gobert go for nothing. But they were able to flip this guy who has zero offensive game. He's an offensive game. He can't do nothing on offense on the post. They were able to flip it for that haul.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Danny Ainge for pulling off a massive
for real.
trade.
Shout out to him.
A lot of negotiating. Like, he was able to get like a 2026 trade swap. I'm like, if the Timberwolves gave it to a 2026, like the Utah Jazz would have made that trade regardless of a trade swap in 2026. Because I don't know who they were bidding with. There were rumors about the Chicago Bulls. I don't know what the Bulls were giving. Like, definitely not like that.
I don't want to know.
Definitely not like that, because the Bulls didn't even have enough trade picks to make that trade. Like, I don't know who they were competing with, because I didn't think not many other people were out there pulling 5, 6 first-round picks of assets along with veterans and young players. For Rudy Gobert, you got Twin Towers down in Minnesota now.
That's the thing.
Twin Towers. I sort of like this is going against the flow. Like, everyone's zigging, they're zagging. I sort of like that, because not everyone could go young ball or small ball lineup like the Golden State Warriors. Like, there's only so many Steph Currys out there that you go like that. Like, there's only one of those guys. So they're going straight big ball basketball. Cat at the 4. He likes that.
He likes position.
That. He's a little softer center, man. He doesn't like bang down low. He's more of a stretch forward type of dude. So pretty much his natural position. So he liked that. He wanted to get in his bag. Gobert down low could do all the dirty work. So they're hoping the Twin Towers lineup can work. But my Lord, I think they just blew with Ant-Man. Anthony Edwards is on his rookie contract. Anthony Edwards.
3? Coming on 3?
Yeah.
He's going in his third.
Yeah.
This dude is a baby. You don't hit your prime until your second contract. So, you think you're going to win it now with Rudy Gobert the next 4 years? I don't think so. They win now when Ant-Man is not hit his prime. The thing is, when you're in your prime with Ant-Man, that's where you can win a championship as the best player. But Ant-Man is still 3 to 4 years away from getting into his prime right now. So they went all in when Ant-Man was still in his infancy, and I think they messed up the timing. I think they messed up the timing, and they have no assets left for another trade. Zero assets. Zero.
I mean, I feel like Pat Bev gets moved every year, man. He's probably the best trade piece in the NBA. I do got to say that, Zoo. But I agree. I think the Jazz were able to pull it off more than the Timberwolves were, happy to get it done. If I were the Jazz, I'd be very happy with this outcome. Malik Beasley's no scrub. They did lose Joe Ingles, right? So they're bringing back, even with his injury last year, a little bit of three-point shooting. Who knows what might happen with Donovan Mitchell's future, but they could still be a relevant team in the West, in a play-in game. Maybe flipping with the Timberwolves spot kind of last year. But I do, Zoo, I agree with you. I like the Twin Towers aspect. I think that they still have good enough guard play. We just need D'Lo to get going. I thought you were going to bring up
him.
Yeah, or flip him.
Now you're like, I would flip him for an expiring contract and try to get someone else.
They should.
He was god-awful last year.
Because that's not a win now player, at least of what we've seen in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how he'll come back? Gobert supposedly had some issues in locker rooms in Utah. Hopefully that doesn't translate into Minneapolis. But I think, look, man, first, I thought this was telling to GMs and how they're valuing first rounders now. Every team now, and we've seen this across sports, right? They're doing the win now, Zoo, right? They're trading, signing big free agents. And the way to do that is bring in.
He's on the tip of his tongue. He just lost his train of thought. I guess we just lost P-Bush, but I think he was trying to say that most teams are trying to get rid of first round picks, and that most people are just in the win now mode. Oh, there you go. I think he's back.
You're back.
Yeah. ComEd's been causing issues lately, man. But
yeah.
The Twin Towers aspect, I think that bringing that back in with Gobert, it provides a different opinion there. So we'll see how it goes. I think I'm cutting.
Yeah, I think we lost him again. But we get your point, people. Losing first round picks are not a biggie. I guess I'll take it from here. I think I agree with all you guys. Nobody, I don't think,
but I do think this was a good move.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Sean. I can hear you. You just can't hear me.
All right, word. I agree with everybody else in terms of this trade. I don't think anybody who has a sensible basketball take thought, this was actually an even trade, or both teams won this trade. I think most people are looking at this like, why did you give up all those assets for Gobert? To Zoo's point, new ownership guys, everybody likes to be like, oh, look at the big moves I'm making. So they're like, slapping and high-fiving in offices like they did something, which would be pretty cool if they got another player other than a Gobert. So, I don't think that they were kind of necessarily thinking about the draft picks. If I say I play devil's advocate, if they happen to make the playoffs each year and go far in the playoffs, those picks don't mean anything, but I just don't have faith that they're going to be deep in the playoffs. I just, like you say, Ant-Man's a great player, but unless you think he's going to take this Michael Jordan leap in year 3, like I just don't see them getting to, the third round or maybe even dare I say the finals. And even if they do get there, what is the chances that Gobert is playing in crunch time in the conference finals or finals? Unless they're matching up with like another big, like say Cleveland got there, then maybe you could see it because they got other big guys on the floor. But what's the chances of that happening? Like more than likely they're going to be doing small ball and Gobert is going to be played off the floor. So I am interested though to see, because I've never seen this part of the game, this part of Anthony Edwards' game, but him doing lobs with Gobert, like just with his explosion and getting by players, like Gobert being in that dunker spot, that's going to be pretty just nasty with, highlights, I think, with just Gobert being under the rim and making those dunks. So I do think that's pretty cool. But just like you say, if they just would have gave up 3 first-round picks, I would have been like, all right, well, you're trying to do something, whatever. But yeah, you giving up in the unprotections is just that's really tough to try to play devil's advocate and say this is a good trade. Mm-hmm. Now we could all be wrong and they could make it to the finals next year and we all look crazy, but I put my money on that. That's not going to happen. So
yeah, if they make it to the finals, just one finals appearance. I don't even need a win. A finals appearance is worth it. It is worth it. Just a finals appearance. But I don't think it ain't happening. It ain't happening with Ant-Man that year.
I don't think it's happening with the Gobert's contract. I think runs out in 25 or 26. So it's like I don't think they're making up. They may make it in 25 or 26, but that'll be because of Ant-Man. And I think it's more of a possibility that they flip it.
They're just trying to revitalize a sorry franchise from the past. Since KD.
No, they got to take some success. That's probably, like you said, they got to taste success, and now they want to keep it. So they we got to make a big trade. We got to make a big trade.
They got a little happy, and I think they overpaid because of that, and maybe that's what Danny Ainge knew and took advantage of.
One other trade that I don't think it matters because this team's not going to make the playoffs, and I may be biased because of what I've been watching in Summer League, and I get it, Summer League, but I like what the Kings are doing. They have like 8 legit players now, like NBA guys. That it's like, okay, you would like each one of those 8 players on your team. Like, I know Jaden Ivey hadn't played yet, but I don't know if you guys have watched Keegan Murray. He looks like he can play.
He's pretty nice.
That may be his tapped out potential, but he's explosive. He can shoot, quick release. He can dribble, which I didn't know he could dribble like he can dribble. Yep. Get to the spots. He looks like a complete offensive player. So if he can come in and actually start and be a nice complement piece to Sabonis, you have Fox, Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter off the bench, Davion Mitchell. Like, they got some dudes. And like if they flip Harrison Barnes, Malik Monk. Like if they flip Harrison Barnes, and the rumors were true about maybe John Collins coming over there. Like, I don't know what position John Collins would play. Maybe you could put Keegan at small forward. I don't know if he's that versatile yet, but if they get a player like that, like they could be knocking in on a play-in door. I just like that Sacramento looks like a legit franchise now. And I think it's because I think they hit a little bit on that pick. Yeah, just a little bit. They're not making the playoffs, but like they look like they're not the laughing stock where it's like, oh, look at the Kings. I think they made some big boy moves. And I think in their mind, they're thinking they're going to make the playoffs, which I just don't think they are. But I like the moves that they made. I just like it. And like I said, they got Kevin Huerter for a pick. Like, maybe that pick might be in the middle of the first round, late first round. But I like what the Kings did. Just wanted to throw that in there.
There's some cute moves that they made. There's some cute moves they made, man. But you know who the head coach is? Mike Brown. The coach is Mike Brown, man. Mike Brown. That's all I gotta say, man. Lucky he got a job in the NBA because of the Golden State Warriors and LeBron James. And Golden State Warriors and LeBron James got him a nice head coach job. Last guy they had that was Mr. Luke Walton.
Did Mike Brown coach anywhere else after Cleveland? Besides Golden State?
Assistant, I think.
No, he was an assistant coach.
Yeah.
And even as assistant coach, he didn't do that hard of a job. I mean, it was down by 50 points in the playoff game. So that is a fireable offense. So that is legitimately a fireable offense.
He certainly didn't rally the troops, that's for sure.
Yeah, Sacramento maximizing young player talent because, Sacramento got some nice young talent. Like they just got some pieces, but you have to put that pieces together.
Chemistry.
Exactly. Because they're getting get the Herders of the world and the Malik Monks, all these shooters, nice young player like small forward and Keegan Murray. Like you got to put these pieces together. And De'Aaron Fox is more of a scoring type point guard, not a traditional point guard like Sabonis. Sabonis is actually more of a playmaker, but putting all these pieces together, that is tough, especially with young guys trying to get paid.
If they had Tyrese Halliburton, I probably would think they would.
Off.
If they had him, I think I'd be like, this team, like this roster, what they got right now, and they had, Fox probably wouldn't be there, but if they had Tyrese, I would be more bullish on them making the playoffs because I just like Tyrese a lot.
He's a true
better playmaker.
True traditional playmaker. So, but these pieces, man, Sacramento, man, you have a nice, cute little team, 35 wins and missing the playoffs again. That's what I'm telling you right now.
Hey, that's better than last year.
Yeah, they'll be competitive, but they'll be missing the playoffs and mediocre, man. Gonna be mediocre again.
But the second topic, we're definitely going to be talking about a talent that's definitely not mediocre, and that is one Kevin Durant, who I don't know if you guys heard, which all of you guys have heard by now. He demanded a trade. So Zoo kind of has this game that he's wanting to set up, and I'm gonna let him explain exactly what he wants us to do within this trade scenario.
Yes, sir, man. I'm Mr. Sean Marks of the Brooklyn Nets right now. I'm hearing some potential trade offers for Kevin Durant. Or even with Kyrie Irving in there, too. Maybe if you want Kyrie Irving, we'll give you Kyrie Irving, too. But mainly for Kevin Durant, I want some real trade offers, no bullshit offers, man. I want all your young talent, get all your draft picks. This is a top 5 player in his prime right now. 34 years old, signed for the next 4 years, fully guaranteed, no player option, 4 years of Kevin Durant services. So, Sean, I don't know which team you want to be, but, man, I'm listening to some trade offers right now.
All right. So I got a couple that I got written down.
Okay.
Now, if I'm thinking about Sean Marks and what he's leaked to the press and what we've been hearing is he does not want to tank because it's not smart for his organization to tank because
I got no first round. They're on Houston. All our picks are in Houston. All our young future draft prospects are in Houston. So we ain't taking.
Can't tank. So with that being said, you're probably going to want back draft capital, but also a player that you can build around because you don't want to be bad. So I do know that, a lot of this stuff is open and people think just all, 30 teams can trade. But, with Ben Simmons being on the team, that whole rookie extension thing, that makes a lot of teams that we think these are no-brainer trades. That can't work because of the whole, which I didn't even know was a rule until a couple of days ago. The whole can't have 2 max rookie extension guys on your team. Yep, so exactly. I did my research knowing that was a factor. And one of the first guys I wanted to bring up was a guy down in New Orleans. Now, most people are going to be like, hey, we all think Zion's just going to leave within a couple of years because he wants to get to New York or whatever. But, I still haven't seen enough. Who's the GM in New Orleans?
David Griffin. David Griffin.
I drafted Zion number 1. I still want to see this through. And even if he ends up leaving 3 years late, in the future, I still want to see that through. So for me, what I will offer is Brandon Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
And I will offer now picks. They have a bunch, but I will say, and I'm not sure if these are Lakers or New Orleans picks, whatever. I'll probably give you 5 first-round picks.
Give me all the Lakers picks. I want all.
Yeah, let's say Lakers.
You got a future
Lakers or
pick.
Pelicans picks, your choice.
All the picks.
Got you.
4 first-round picks, unprotected. I don't want no protection. No protection, man.
I can't get a top 3 protected, bro.
No. I ain't no lucky lottery ball, man. Unprotected. No. You're getting Kevin Durant, man. That's all the protection you need, man. Kevin Durant.
Can I get a swap? Can I get at least a one year swap?
No. That reminds me. Outside of the picks, I want 3 years. I want 2 years of swaps. So every 3 years, 2022, 2023, 2025, 2027. Mm-hmm. And then between the years, I want pick swaps. So 5 years of dominating your draft. Brandon Ingram. Who else you throwing in?
That's it. I'm not. If you're getting a swap, you're not getting nothing else. No.
Nothing else? Nah.
I'm not giving you CJ. Are you kidding me?
What?
I'm not giving you McCollum. No.
What's the Puerto Rican kid?
No.
Wait, who?
The point guard.
I want Alvarado.
There he is.
Young backup point guard.
Well, you can have him. Yeah, you can have him.
Alvarado. I'm not done yet.
He'll be in the G League within 2 years, so he'll be back.
I want Herb Jones.
No.
Herb Jones.
I'm not giving you Herb.
You're not giving me Herb Jones?
No, I'll give you Alvarado. You're getting pick swaps, and you're getting all my picks for 5. I give you 5.
Nah.
And the Lakers probably gonna be busted down, bro. Like those might be like top 10, top 5 picks.
Gobert and Durant are paid around the same.
Murphy, Herb Jones, and Alvarado.
I'm not. Will you say Murphy?
Yes, Murphy.
I'm not giving you Murphy and Herb Jones.
You're not giving me for Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant doesn't stay healthy.
What?
He doesn't stay healthy. He's played 90 games in like 3 years. And he's 34. So prime Kevin Durant is maybe 2 to 3 max years. And he doesn't stay healthy. I can't give you Murphy and Herb, bro. Those are 2 young pieces.
2 young role players. They ain't stars. They're role players.
But that role players matter in the playoffs. I can't gut my whole team and have KD and a bunch of squares. He'll be pissed and ready to leave in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. That was
So
it.
like I can give you that.
So your
Go
best offer is BI, picks, pick swaps, and Alvarado. That's it. Herb Jones.
If you really hold a gun in my head, I'll give you Murphy, but that we're gonna have to. That's gonna be a tough one. I may just throw Murphy in it, but you're definitely getting Herb Jones. You're not getting him.
Switch
'Cause he got
out.
a lot of potential.
Switch out Murphy for Herb Jones.
No, hanging up.
So your bet. So your best offer is Trey Murphy, Alvarado,
Yeah.
BI, and future
Five
picks and pick
picks.
swaps. Okay.
BI is a bona fide star, and he's still young.
Oh, I like.
So you're
I love.
already getting that superstar talent, and I don't know what P. Bush is going to come up with, but that's in terms of you wanting a star back. BI is about as good as you can get. There's only a few other players that's like that.
Okay,
So-
man. I'll take that into consideration. That's in my notes, man. That's in my.
It's in your notes?
Yeah, I'll call you back. I'll call you the future David Griffin. Okay, David Griffin,
All right,
hang
Zoo.
up, man. Okay.
I'll give you Taylor Horton Tucker straight up. at 7 grand.
Done. Let's go.
Bang bang, lock it.
THT on the billboards in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah,
I
bringing
just
in.
hung up.
They're gonna have to make the stadium bigger, dude. Nah, all right, Zoo. I'm gonna be Masai here, man.
Masai. Oh, okay,
I like
Masai.
where this is going.
Okay.
I like what
All
this
right,
is going.
Zoo. So as you know, Scotty, I'm sorry, he's off the table. You
Facts.
cannot ask.
What?
No.
Scotty is off the table.
Off the table.
Untouchable.
That was about to be my next one.
Untouchable.
What?
I will give you.
You got a guy on your team that's untouchable, and you want Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty's untouchable.
Are you ready? I'll give you Pascal, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., and 4 first-round draft picks over the next 4 years.
That's a pretty good haul.
Pascal Siakam, All NBA 13.
How old is
Gary Trent Jr., nice young shooter. OG Anunoby for KD.
And
But no Scotty Barnes.
no Scotty Barnes.
Take out Pascal, put in Scotty Barnes. That's what
Nope.
I want a young star to grow with
He
my
wants
franchise.
to win the trade so bad.
Nope.
How old is
That's it?
Pascal?
That's it.
What is Pascal? OG Anunoby's young. He's young.
Oh, I like OG. I like OG, but he ain't no
Indiana-
star yet. He's a
Indiana.
cop.
Great.
Yeah. He was a
Mhm.
Hoosier. He was a Hoosier. He was a low pick, man, for some reason, man, because he's scared of injuries. He's been balling out in the NBA. But
Yeah.
no Scotty Barnes. You're
No
telling
Scotty
me
Barnes.
there's a guy on your team that you're
Mhm.
not willing to trade for Kevin Durant.
Not 34-year-old Kevin Durant. Nope.
No. And
Not a
injury
20-year-old.
prone Kevin Durant.
Masai, reject. I'm off.
Okay.
No
All
Scotty Barnes, man. No,
All right.
I need Scotty Barnes in the trade,
Nope.
man. I need
Then
Scotty
remove.
Barnes in the trade, man.
See,
Okay.
All
my other one was Nola, man. I thought New Orleans would be the
Yeah.
best one because of Ingram,
Because
And I
if
did-
you're
and I
Go
did
ahead.
not include McCollum either. No chance.
No.
You're getting both.
because you gotta have Kevin's gotta want to go there. He's not gonna want to just want one other star. He's gonna want at least two, another star and at least a really high quality starter, fringe star. He's not gonna want to go somewhere where you're gutting the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just kind of how it is. Like LeBron was the last one to kind of do just give whatever, gut the whole team and get Anthony Davis. But when he's right, he's like a top 5 player, so it kind of doesn't matter. But you can't, like I'm thinking like if we do another trade, right? Sean
All
Marks
right.
calls Boston, and they ask for Jaylen Brown, right? Jaylen Brown showed up in the finals. He's a great player. You could maybe argue Jaylen Brown, throw whatever. I don't even know whatever. I mean, you can't really trade
Derek
Brogdon
White.
right now. Yeah, just another filler player, and then you give me picks to eternity. That might be one where it's like, okay, that makes a little. Sean Marks might sit on the phone, like, all right, because Jaylen Brown has proven himself like he can at least be a really high level too.
With Ben.
Yeah, and we never know. Like Jaylen Brown could maybe, flourish in a more of a dominant scoring role
Mhm.
alongside Ben, because you do still have him in your back pocket. And I just thank you, P. Bush, for giving me that.
Yeah.
I think I'm calling back Sean Marks. It's like, no, you're not getting Trey Murphy. You got Ben Simmons.
What? What? You're gonna say no because of Trey
No.
Murphy?
Thank you, P. Bush.
What?
No, I'm keeping
All right.
Trey Murphy. You get Brandon Ingram picks and Alvarado. Take it or leave it. Or another Pelicans player. I don't even know who else on their team. Jackson Hayes, if he's still there.
Oh, Jackson Hayes.
Behind, Nick Claxton.
Oh man, I don't need a backup center, man. I need
I
shooter.
totally forgot about Ben Simmons is still
Yeah.
there. That's like a really big piece for you guys. Oh.
Yeah.
And I love how Zoo didn't mention that either. I guess that's a part of his negotiating tactic.
He's like,
Oh,
ignorance is bliss, baby. All right. Zoo, I got one for you.
let's go.
Grizzlies GM, Zach Kleiman right
Oh.
here. How you doing?
I know.
John,
All
I
right,
want
you
John,
ready?
I want John Morant.
Are you kidding me?
Get the hell out of here, man. I'll give
Come
you
on,
Desmond Bain and Jaren Jackson Jr. and 4 first-round draft picks. Hell, I'll even toss Tyus Jones in there for you if you want him.
Little
Little
league
back
guard.
up to Ben.
Little league guard.
So
They
no
should-
Ja, huh? No Ja, huh?
You serious? You can't have rookie extensions, dumbass. Come on.
Yeah. He just had it.
Nah, I'll ship off Ben Simmons in a 3-team trade. His ass out of here if I get
If
Ja.
you want to send him along with KD, I'll remove the first rounders and just do player swaps straight up.
Desmond
Desmond first
Bain.
offer is my real offer though.
Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Tyus Jones and 4
Desmond Bain
first-round
was
draft
it
picks.
second in 3-point percentage? Had like 41, 42.
Yeah, he's a cute player, man. He's a cute complimentary shooter, man.
Yeah,
He's
complimentary shooter.
Yeah, but
Good for Ben.
I'm looking for an all-star. I'm looking for a young all-star.
Okay.
And the Grizzlies,
All right.
I'm sorry, man. Zach Kleiman, you ain't give me a
We'll see
young
you later.
all-star. Yeah, bye-bye.
Hope you get
Bye-bye.
Blake Griffin back.
Let me think. All right, let's think. All right, so let's go out west. Let me see. Did I have
A
one
lot
more?
of people are tossing the Blazers name out there, but I don't think they
I don't
just
think they
have
have
any
enough.
star
No.
to really.
They don't have any.
package
Everything
it.
they have the young assets that could become something, but they don't have proven talent. Where it's like like I ain't gonna lie, like if
Anthony?
somehow Anthony Simons and Shaden Sharp, if you just wanted to bet the future on them and they became like that, would be a nice little duo for like Brooklyn, along with Ben Simmons, because they both can kind of shoot and they would space like that would be nice. But you just don't know how good they would be, especially Shaden Sharp. That's what it hinges on.
He's a wild
You know,
card.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Do you
Nothing
think?
proven.
I mean, Sean Marks here. You can attest to this, but did you get any calls from the Jazz before they traded Gobert?
Oh yeah, I've been looking at Donovan Mitchell.
Mm.
Nice little.
Donovan Mitchell, man. Fits my criteria of a young all-star, man. Young
Not mad at
all-star
that.
Not
Donovan
Gobert?
Mitchell.
Zeus sent it straight to voicemail. Or not Zeus, but Sean Mark sent that straight
Yeah.
to voicemail.
Straight to voicemail.
Man, we
Yeah.
got Claxton, man. That's bootleg Gobert, man.
Mm.
Except he's a fourth of the cost.
Would you do?
A big
let me
trade.
pull it
man.
up. Would you do the Clippers? Paul George, Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, and picks into eternity. Even though they don't really have any picks, and picks into eternity, whatever picks they have.
They don't own any picks.
Yeah.
They don't know.
No,
KC.
you know how the Lakers have 27 and 29 they could trade. Like, would you take those two
Nah,
picks? Because you're
they don't-
getting
they don't-
a
they
big
don't own
star.
those.
They don't have
own
two.
those.
They don't own 27 or
Nah.
29. Dang.
They got
Well,
zero
you
picks.
just be a straight up player trade then.
Paul
players.
George.
Terrence
Very
Mann,
interesting.
Luke Kennard, and then maybe throw on a Reggie Jackson. He's a nice little spark plug guy.
Zoo
I don't know
doesn't
how the
like Reggie.
contracts would work, but
Well, no, I heard Paul George.
yeah. How old is Paul? Like in his 30s? To me, I wouldn't do it because he's too old.
Yeah, it's a little old.
Yeah. And I don't
Dude,
know what Paul George does.
Sean Marks he has all the leverage right now. Let's be
A
honest.
lot of leverage.
A lot of leverage. And he still has
Until
a
the
decent-
season gets closer. Right now, he has a lot. But once it
Exactly.
starts getting closer to the season, I think Katie and Kyrie would actually sit out. So I don't know how much leverage he would have then.
Probably would. And it would be a joint decision.
But, yeah. So I think the leverage right now is with Sean. And if, like you say, Zoo's playing the role of Sean, but if I was Sean, which my name is Sean, but I definitely would want to get a star player back. I can't get just picks. I have to get a star. So for me, like I wrote down like what I said I had to get a star. Like there was only 2 teams, and I thought about the Raptors, but it's like I don't want to give up Scotty Barnes, but like Jaylen Brown and Brandon Ingram are really the only players I want back.
Yep.
if I can't get one of those two, and that's like without the rookie extension stuff. So those are really the only 2 stars that you could legit get back, and they're in that young range of like, okay, I could build around them, and then you're gonna obviously get picks. That these teams actually have picks.
Yep.
So it's like, but I'm not just getting, the trades you're hearing about Ayton, Mikal Bridges. Are you kidding me? For Kevin Durant, I'm just gonna get Ayton, who nobody wants, and Mikal Bridges, who was like a role player. Like, no. We're not doing that. What did the Heat give you? Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson?
Those are all going to have to be 3-team trades. It has to be 3-team trades.
Because they don't have the assets, but they have the picks, or vice versa. They don't have the star player, but they do have the picks. Like,
why do you think why do they have that rookie extension rule?
You don't want stacked teams. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
so
You don't want max level young players on the same team.
Well, like for example, when Jokic was drafted in the second round, I don't know what their first round pick was that year for the Nuggets, but if they both popped off, you'd want to extend both of them on the max, but they're same year. I don't know. But yeah, Zoo, you're right. Stacked teams, man.
Ooh, I didn't even think about. Oh yeah, Michael Porter Jr. is on that rookie max, ain't it?
Yeah.
Jamal Murray too, I think, isn't he? Yeah. Dang, because I actually would have if you give me Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. for Kevin Durant, I would trade that in a heartbeat. And I would love that because I love what Jamal Murray can give me. And Michael Porter Jr., even though he's had injury issues, if he's right, those are 2 solid building blocks and picks. And then you got Durant and Jokic.
Porter Jr., though, man, that dude's a wild card. I have no idea if he's going to be.
He's always hurt.
Yeah,
back injuries. Yeah,
that back is scary.
But then
he was healthy. 20 points.
Then you would have think about Jamal, Michael, and our MPJ and Ben. I like that because you got
nice game.
3 different. You got a scorer. You got Jamal who set up. Ben D play defense. So, but we all agree Sean Marks is definitely on the clock, and he's not just going to trade Kevin Durant to make him happy. That's not going to happen. No. So, to me, I'm like
Masai Ujiri, man, he's gonna give in, man. Scotty Barnes.
No way.
Oh man, what he puts in Scotty Barnes, man.
But if you're Kevin Durant, do you want to go play with Pascal and Fred VanVleet? I don't know if you want to.
I'd rather play with Fred.
That team would
and
be
Scotty.
Sad. Nah,
they would be nice. They would be stupid. Yeah, but if you gave me Fred VanVleet,
it's exactly like the Kawhi Leonard team that won it all, except they're a little seasoned and better.
They need to bring back Kyle then.
A lot of that I know Kawhi won, but a lot of things had to happen for them to win that year. If Golden State healthy, they probably don't win that year. So
but there's no Golden State. There's no Golden State with KD, man. KD's on the Raptors, man. There's no stacked Golden State Warriors.
So if hypothetically, if he went to, and I guess you say they kept, they would probably, who would they have to? I guess they keep Scotty, maybe. But even if they kept whoever on the Raptors and Kevin Durant came, whoever.
If KD gets traded to the Raptors, they're getting Scotty Barnes. They're not going to have discussed without Scotty.
Well, okay,
unless they gave him Pascal, OG, and maybe VanVleet.
No, dude, they don't want VanVleet. They want Scotty.
I would
Barnes.
do that trade. I would do that trade.
Nah.
If it came to crunch time,
Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby, and maybe picks.
Gary Trent.
Gary Trent. But those guys is a 2 core dynamic wing, 2-way wing guys.
Yeah.
That's a foundation.
But that trade wouldn't, however you do that trade with the Toronto Raptors, that doesn't, I don't like them better.
No, then the Raptors still have KD and then Pascal Siakam, second best player, and VanVleet is the third best player. You got Boucher, Precious. You got some nice young guys still. So I think that trade would make sense for both teams. But it's gonna take Scotty Barnes.
If I'm Sean Marks, I have to get a legit, either a budding superstar, which is hard with the rookie max stuff, but I have to either get a budding superstar or somewhere in the range of a star. I can't get just young assets and picks because it's just
the best.
Yeah, because it's at that point if you do that, you're gonna be bad, and those picks are those first round picks with Houston is just gonna bite you in the butt. So it's a really interesting time. And like I said, we didn't even really touch on Kyrie because I think everybody assumes it's just he's going to either get to the Lakers in the next couple of weeks or next year because that's allegedly that's where he wants to go.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Going back to LeBron. He's just crawling back to LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also think I think it's part of that, but I also think too, he may want to, I don't know if it depends on, do you think they give them, if he goes there, you think he ends up getting the whatever max he gets? they
Oh,
sign
yeah.
him for the whatever max.
Oh,
So then
yeah.
I guess he would be in LA longer than LeBron. But I mean, like you said, that deal is very interesting because it's a lot of posturing on both sides because it's like the Nets are like, dude, all these teams want Kyrie, and it's like actually it's just the
No.
Lakers. So it's like the Lakers are like, we're not going to give you
No,
bunch
there
of
was like
stuff for,
there was rumors
yeah.
that like the 76ers and 76ers
Dallas.
and Mavericks are like, yo,
Mavericks.
we're interested. But then that day, sources from those actual locations, they're like, hell no. That's not true. Daryl Morey just linked it to one of his go-to reporters, be like, nah, we don't want his ass. But James Harden? With James Harden?
exactly.
Makes no
Makes
sense.
no sense.
Yeah, none.
Oh.
It's like it's like you could have made up another trade team that made sense, maybe, but I don't know. So that's like you say, Brooklyn.
I don't know. If Kyrie
is
Irving
in a
was
bad
right in the head
situation.
with Dallas, I think that makes sense. He would just replace Jalen Brunson's role.
I mean, yeah,
on
it
the team.
would.
I think it makes sense.
But it's
But
also two very ball dominant players together.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Brunson
I
was
don't know,
ball.
and, like,
Jalen Brunson was ball dominant when they were in the playoffs. Too.
Compared to
They
Kyrie?
Luka don't know how to play off the ball though, and Kyrie's gonna demand the ball way more than I know. Brunson and him are similar, but Kyrie has a little bit more respect.
Kyrie's a way better shooter.
He would
Brunson
wave
was-
off Luka. I could see him doing that, and I don't know if Luka's cutting. That's going to be the evolution of Luka's game. He has to learn how to play without the ball.
Nah, he'll never.
Well, then he can't play with Kyrie because
Yeah, he can.
Kyrie's
Dude,
gonna-
LeBron played with Kyrie, and he.
but LeBron moves too though without the ball.
And not in the later, like with Miami, he moved.
Yeah,
But
he
when he was
moved with Cleveland. Cleveland when he played with
No.
Kyrie, he moved with Cleveland. Yeah, he did. He was
Nah,
moving
his
around on the
ball
court.
down. He was dribbling that ball up the court against Golden State, man, just pounding that shit.
Well, I
man.
just think
Slow
with
down the
Luka, he
pace.
has to, even with Kyrie not being there, he has to learn how to play off the ball. Because I mean, he won't learn that this year because everybody who's on his team is people that need, like, that don't need the ball. So I don't know where he's gonna ever learn that. That's gonna be another interesting storyline with Luka. It's kind of like with LeBron. Like LeBron makes teammates better, but like he does it with the ball. Luka, I don't know what start like a shooter fits well with him, but like another legit super, like a D Wade or something like that. I don't think Luka can make a player like that work because he doesn't. His game is very specific. He has to have the ball a lot, and he does. He does involve other guys. He gets assists, but like if you watch the game, it's kind of like I don't know. That's another topic for another day. But Sean Marks, Brandon Ingram's your best package. So
Yeah.
if you want to do it without the Trey Murphy deal, I'm on standby. I'm on standby.
Nah, man, you put in Trey Murphy and we got a deal, man. You put in Trey Murphy and we got a deal. Yo, I'm gonna leak it to Woj. Trey Murphy holding up Kevin Durant deal, man. And they'll be like, what? And then James Griffin be like, okay, we get it.
I gotta get Shams or Chris Haynes in my back pocket. I get one of them in my back pocket.
Stop. Your reputation has been destroyed, man. JJ Redick has destroyed your reputation of being a liar.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Shout out to JJ for
don't piss off those agents, man.
For real. No, that is very true, dude. We think all this stuff is just player. No, you have to make the players like you have to like make them comfortable, but the agents you have to also make them very, very comfortable because if you piss them off, they have so many connections with players. Like you're not going to be able to get the players that you want to get. And I also think that's how a lot of trade deals happen too, is with agencies.
Yeah. All I gotta say is look at the Lakers, man. They signed like 3 clutch sports guys in one day.
That comes with. I think everybody.
Juan Toscano Anderson, Troy
he's a
Brown
clutch guy?
Jr. Yeah, he's
I didn't know Juan
Troy
Toscano.
Brown Jr. are on the Los Angeles Lakers.
I think Lonnie is too, isn't he?
Lonnie Walker is a clutch.
Lonnie.
Yep, that's the 3.
I actually like Lonnie Walker, but
He's
That's
kinda
the
nice.
3, man. That's the 3, man. It's so
Miami's
funny,
kinda
man.
nice.
All of them were on the Lakers in like within the day.
do it. What do they call it? Doing a deal with the devil. That's kind of how it goes, man. Agencies they run it, but like you say, we have no idea when this trade demand for Kevin Durant is actually going to fall down, or fall into, I guess, Woj's or Shams. That'll be interesting too. Who actually gets that story first? But
Money
we're
on
going to be
Woj.
here. Yeah, Woj. Woj usually is the lead. Even though Shams has his quirks. but
I don't
think
know,
Woj is
man.
the
We
leader.
got to shout out Brian Windhorse.
another dark horse.
For calling out the Jazz situation, man. He won the first take, man, and gave Oscar-worthy
He did.
performance,
He did do
linking
that.
that pretty much the Jazz were going to trade one of their big stars. One day later, Rudy Gobert gets flipped, man. Shout out to Brian.
He's back.
Totally forgot about
Dude,
Brian.
Brian Windy, man. He's
Yeah.
been on
Of course.
point this year, man. On point.
Yeah, I gotta give Windhorst his credit. Man. He definitely is in there.
He called the James Harden trade, man. I still remember.
That's right.
Adrian Wojnarowski, an hour before, no discussions. Brian Windey's like, I know what you've been hearing, but they have been discussing a trade. Boom, trade happens. And then Kevin Durant, the whole thing. Kyrie Irving opts in, man, for 1 year. People think it's over. Brian Windey says, look at Kevin Durant. Look at Kevin Durant. And then, a couple of days later, not happy with the Brooklyn Nets situation. Now demands a trade. So, not going to lie. Windey,
he's got an insider.
Man. He has sources, but he foresees the future with the sources, man. Woj and Shams just reports what happens. Windey foresees what happens. Yeah, man. Shout out to
We'll see if he's right again.
Shout out to Windey, man.
Facts. So, like I said, I don't think we have any idea what KD's next move is going to be. With Kyrie, we're going to be in a wait and see game. Summer League's coming up, so we're going to be seeing a lot of these rookies. Shout out to Chet Holmgren. We didn't even talk about him. He looked really good last night. Even though it's Summer League, and I know a lot of people like to overreact. We're going to be having a lot of
Chet Holmgren, baby.
Talking about it. It's going to be, the NBA, man, we always talk about, the July, the dog days. Man, listen, they're just going to keep continuing to give us content. It's going to be either Summer League or KD or Kyrie being traded. So, we all thought it was just going to be, we may have to talk about Wimbledon or talk about Live Golf. No, we got a bunch of NBA content and NFL content coming right around the corner. So make sure you guys lock into that, Instagram bullheaded_pod. Our Instagram Quantro or my YouTube Quantro Knows have all kind of YouTube shorts. This video will be up there. Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts is where you can listen to the podcast. And for me, Zoo, P. Bush, we are out.